We're live on Instagram.
We are live on YouTube and Facebook. We are live on Instagram. What is up, y'all? It's been a doozy of a day. I did not even get to work out today, which is not good. I don't like not working out. Ryder's got all kinds of things to say about it. But we're going to dive into a discussion on meals while pregnant, first of all.
You want to hold him so I can talk? Because I'm the one that was.
Yeah, let me get my water, and then I'll hold him.
All right. So we're going to talk about pregnancy meals. This was asked of us to talk about. So that's why we're here talking about it. All right. So I'm going to talk about a little bit my experience because I have been pregnant one time. Let's see. I think the most important thing you can actually do, and I know the person asked about pregnancy, so they may already be pregnant, but my biggest thing that I focused on was actually pre-pregnancy. So I really worked on my nutrition, a couple of years before we got pregnant, but specifically the year that we decided that we wanted to get pregnant. I really focused on my nutrition because if you're starting your pregnancy out in the deficit of minerals, vitamins, things like that, you're going to probably. Why are you blurry?
Maybe like on portrait mode or something?
Oh, maybe.
How do you do that?
And we're back. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so you don't want to start your pregnancy off already not having some vitamins and minerals and things like that. So my biggest thing was to make sure that my body was well prepared to even carry a child. So I really focused on it even the year before we got pregnant. I cut out caffeine, I cut out alcohol. I started placing in liver and organ meats, even though I don't love them. I started doing a lot more fermented vegetables and making sure I'm getting eggs and bone broth and things like that. So if getting pregnant is something that's like on your mind, start now. Don't wait to start until you're pregnant to start prenatal vitamins. Don't start until you're pregnant to start eating good. Don't start until you're pregnant to do these things or start being active. Start now and just go for it because that baby's going to need every single thing that you have. And you want to have enough of it to give to the baby, but also to have for yourself as well. I think that was a huge thing in helping me to feel really great throughout my entire pregnancy. So prepare your body, and we'll do the same thing for future kids and things like that, but prepare your body well. Now, to the pregnancy part. First trimester can be a little bit tricky for some of us. I got a little bit of morning sickness from like week 6 to 10. Honestly, mine wasn't too bad, and I will let you know a secret. If you stay away from those darn carbs that you think you want, your blood sugar is actually going to be a little bit more regulated, and you're not going to have as much morning sickness. So even though the carbs seem really nice to like settle your stomach or whatever you think it's going to do, eating them can actually cause the morning sickness to be worse. So my suggestion is to do things like the chaffles. Like I've talked about that before in prior videos. I made chaffles up the wazoo because it's just eggs and cheese. And if you can't have cheese, then you can do eggs and meat, put it in a blender, put it in the waffle maker. It is just as tasty and more nutrient dense, but you can make them sweet. You can make them savory, but they are kind of like the bread type consistency to where it's going to actually kind of give you that same type of feeling that you would get from eating like crackers or something like that. It'll settle your stomach. You can also do like Maria Emmerich's protein sparing bread. Do some of that, put some butter on it, melt some keto brick, put it on top of that, something like that. So there are things that you can do keto.
So you don't have to have carbs during your pregnancy?
No, believe it or not. There are things that you can do.
This baby was made without carbs.
Believe it or not. There are things that you can do that are keto that will still settle your stomach and are nutrient dense. I would just kind of weigh out your options. Like I can have a cracker or I can have a chaffle that's like made out of things that I actually need nutrients in. Eggs are one of the best things that you can eat in pregnancy if you're not allergic. And then another way, like I just kind of shared on our Instagram and our Facebook, I believe, my chili, I put organ meats in it. And that was one thing that like I had to have it in my early pregnancy. It was so good. Like I craved it so much. I still crave it. It's so good. But that's a really good sneaky way of getting organ meats in to help with a growing baby. I know. You loved it, huh? You loved it. So anyways, let's get back to meals. I really just ate per usual. I tried to stick with nutrient dense. Of course, you're not always going to crave that. So when I wanted a steak, I would eat a steak. I had a really bad meat aversion in my first trimester. Definitely got better in my second trimester, but the chili helped a lot to be able to get in that meat when I didn't want to get in meat. Like a chunk of meat just sounded really gross, like chicken, beef, whatever it was. It was just like I really had a bad aversion to it. So the chili helped a lot to get that in. And there are other ways of getting things in. You can just eat a whole bunch of eggs. I did a bunch of that too. But just focusing on getting lots of protein. A lot of the pregnancy sicknesses, illnesses, the things that can go wrong in pregnancy, a lot of the times can be prevented if you eat enough protein, believe it or not. And there's so many people out there who are still having these issues. And I could talk about this for days. Can you guys tell? If you're not eating enough protein, things will go wrong. And people will blame it on other things. But a lot of the time, it'll circle back to if you had enough protein in your diet, you would be just fine. I eat a healthy amount of protein to begin with. But when I was pregnant, I ate a ton of protein. It just sounded really, really good. Second, third trimester. So don't be afraid to increase your calories and things like that. Eat nutrient dense. Meat first, always. Eggs, yogurt. I did a bunch of yogurt. I would keep in some fermented vegetables and like yogurt and things like that because you do have to get tested for things like GBS in your last trimester. So you do want to kind of up those things in the last trimester just so you can hope that you won't have GBS and it will help to kind of reduce that and have
GBS meaning?
It's group B strep. Every woman gets tested for it. They swab you down and they test you for it. And not everyone, but a lot of people carry it and it's a very normal thing. But when you do have your baby, you will have to have antibiotics. And I really didn't want to have antibiotics. I did everything possible to test negative for it. So I did test negative, didn't have to have the antibiotics. So that's something you might want to incorporate later on in your pregnancy. Another really great option is to read Real Food Pregnancy. Right? That's the name of it. Real Food Pregnancy. I did not actually read it. I skimmed through it.
I had her on my podcast.
Yeah, Robert had her on his podcast.
I forget what's her name.
Lily Nichols.
Yeah, Lily Nichols.
A lot of people recommended it to me, but I was kind of like in my own zone. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew exactly like my mode of thought, so I didn't really try to outsource my nutrition to anyone else. But it's a really good option.
That we did read though. During that time is called Deep Nutrition by Kate Shanahan.
Read it before you get pregnant.
Yeah, very good resource. Very good resource, even if you're not planning on getting pregnant. Just a great resource in general.
I sent it to my entire family, and I was like, everyone needs to read this. It's a little bit long, but it's like the best book ever. I'm rereading it right now because it's so good. I just love it so much. It's such a good book. Yeah. Deep Nutrition.
Great stuff. All right, y'all. We are 10 minutes in, basically, and
I have the whole time.
The floor is y'all's. Anything that y'all want to talk about, lay it on us. If we have any questions, we don't have any questions on YouTube and Facebook. Any comments on Instagram?
Maybe on time, I think. Rigel.
What's up? Hey, Rigel.
Yo, Keto Savage family.
What's happening? Keto Greg's in the building.
Hey, gang. Folate for sure. Not folic acid. Absolutely agree with that. The prenatals that I took were our Allie Miller's. And she really takes the time to put in what you need into the prenatals. A lot of the prenatals out there do not have folate in them. So you will need to supplement that otherwise, or you will need to get it from your food. So just be aware of that. Like, you do need folate a lot. So
Real Food for Pregnancy contained great information and lots of meal plans. Yeah.
what? Real food? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a really great book. I've skimmed through it, and had a lot of people suggest it. I just didn't.
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry off topic. However, wondering when keto bricks will be available again to purchase from a UK store. They're actually we're trying to switch from FedEx to UPS because UPS or FedEx has just been honestly giving us a whole bunch of headaches from international shipping. So we're trying to go UPS, and then we're trying to get updated shipping rates for our UK suppliers, or UK wholesalers rather. So hopefully soon. I apologize it's taken as long as it has, but shipping is a nightmare, y'all. But I'm hopeful that UPS will give these wholesale companies better rates, and then they can buy more bricks, and then we can get bricks in y'all's hands in the UK too.
Jonathan says that's a fair point. Fair point. Ashley's carbs never got over 100 during pregnancy, and she had no morning sickness. Having no morning sickness is pretty much luck right there.
Yeah.
Gosh, mine honestly wasn't bad at all, but I did have some nausea. I did have meat aversions, and I hated coffee. I hated the smell of coffee. Ugh, it was awful. But now I love it again.
You turn to hold them. Because I've been holding them.
Keto brick actually calms my stomach. Just ordered more today. Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Would you like to come here? Thanks.
By the way, all of the milk and cookies bricks were shipped out yesterday because Monday was Martin Luther King Day. So if anybody has any issues with shipping, we do have a new employee, and this was their first time packaging orders. So if for whatever reason he may have accidentally messed up, not included the right number of bricks or whatever, just let us know and we'll most certainly get you fixed up. He did not package that many bricks, so I don't think it will be an issue. But if there were any issues, as always, let us know. All right. Hello, fam. I'm 3 months postpartum, and man, that first trimester was a doozy. Meat and veggies was literally what made me throw up, and eggs tasted like a wet dog.
Oh gosh, that's awful.
Deep Nutrition is awesome,
It is
1000%. Can you repeat the name of the book again, please? So there is Real Food Pregnancy by Lily Nichols, and then there's Deep Nutrition by Kate Shanahan. And Element T was awesome for hydration.
Oh, that was another thing. I could not take electrolytes. Every time I tried, it made me throw up.
Yeah, it's not good.
So you do want to try to take electrolytes, but you have to find the ones that work well for you. I did Ali Miller's Relax and Regulate Magnesium, and that worked really well for me.
Are you kind of over here? All right. Alyssa's struggling with beef currently. Luckily, minimal morning sickness. Yeah, I cannot imagine struggling with beef.
Yeah, beef was a hard one for me. But I just say, like, eat as nutrient dense as you possibly can, that you feel like you can. Like, for that instance, for that short period of time, I would probably do like chicken, or see if venison would work well, or like sometimes at like natural grocers you can get like ostrich or elk, or something like that. See if another dark meat would be a good replacement.
Cheers, guys. Was wondering what brand of protein powder is used in the bricks. Is it always the same? So it just depends on the flavor of the bricks. We obviously have some that are vegetable-based protein, some that are whey-based protein. We've used different suppliers for the different flavor profiles. So we've tried multiple different things. We've tried sourcing the best quality that we can. All of our whey protein is grass-fed, grass-finished protein. So just honestly, that's the hard part, finding the right sources from reputable suppliers, reputable manufacturers that have minimal ingredients. Have you done any reading on benefits of B1 thiamine?
Not me personally.
I have not done any reading on that exclusively.
Yeah.
What kind of questions do you have regarding it?
Vitamins, but not thiamine.
Hormones are crazy. Shrimp and wings were a main point of protein for a while. Yeah, protein in like shrimp is like pure protein. Like there's like no fat in shrimp. and I love shrimp.
I do want to say one thing about the hormones. You were mentioning that hormones are crazy. I never felt, and I often did check-ins with Robert to see if I was actually a secretly crazy person. But I never felt really off with my hormones, and I'm really grateful for that. Even postpartum, like a lot of people are like, man, postpartum hormones are crazy. I did cry a couple times, but I think there's just like a sense of like loneliness, but also so much excitement and joy and things like that that comes in that like first couple weeks. But I didn't ever feel really like overwhelmed by hormones, which I found really interesting because people like tried to like over prepare me, and maybe that was what it was. People tried to over prepare me, and then I didn't have, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Are there pregnancy safe protein powders?
I would ask your healthcare provider if they're comfortable with you taking protein powders, and you can take the protein powders to them. Every single one of them will say, ask your healthcare professional if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. I did. I did a lot of the Steak Shake, Mark Bell's Steak Shake. I did do other powders. I did some collagen powders. Shakes were really good for me. I just blended up protein powder, ice. Now I would do raw milk, heavy cream, coconut cream, something like that, MCT. But you're supposed to ask your healthcare provider first. You want to get a really, really high quality, clean protein powder. I also ate the bricks, and that was a good option for me as well.
Dakota says bricks are a lifesaver. Do you plan to come out with other products besides bricks? Yes, we do. We have apparel line now, which to piggyback off of that apparel line comments, TM asks, when for hoodies? The hoodies are launching on Sunday. So we're going to have a post that goes out on Friday, but we are launching our Live Savage Apparel hoodies, which I'm super excited about because these are 1000% my favorite hoodie in the whole wide world. I love them. I wear them. I'm surprised I'm not wearing it right now. That's going to be launching Sunday. But yes, we have the apparel. I've got, as far as physical products go, we were working on some other things, but right now we're trying to get the bricks dialed in. We've got some other stuff that will probably launch, not this year, but later. But this year, the bricks, the apparel, and then like the content side of things. Like I'm building out a course right now that's going to be a behemoth of a course. B1 for synthesis of fats and glucose, etc. What is the best test that y'all are aware of for vitamin mineral deficiencies, like B vitamins, for instance? Is there like a really good test that you've heard of?
I literally just sent in a hair test.
For like minerals and stuff?
Yeah, vitamins and minerals.
What all does it include? I haven't looked at it in a while. Does it include all that?
I don't know. I haven't got it back yet. I'm going to do a YouTube video on it. I just sent in a hair sample to test my minerals and everything. And it also does like heavy metals.
That's with upgraded formulas.
Yeah, upgraded formulas. It's a good one. But I can't remember. Oh, my phone's right there. We're doing a live on it. But if you look up upgraded formulas, you will definitely be able to see what vitamins, minerals, things like that they test for. I'm excited to get my results back. I should get it back within the next week. So,
any other questions, y'all? Throw them at us. We got some more time. If you get any questions, throw them at us. Yeah, I read that one. Keto Road says fruity sorbet brick featuring performance gains. Speaking of performance gains, keep talking, man.
Oh boy, the fruity ones are really hard. They're really hard, you guys, because you got to get really good quality ingredients to go inside of the bricks, and to not put actual fruit in them is really hard because, we don't eat the fruit. So the fruity ones are a little bit harder to go by, but we have definitely worked on it. I'm sure we'll eventually put one out.
So Jay Shane, the Keto Road, has got a supplement here called Energized Red. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
About it, yeah?
Yes. It's going to be launching officially January 20th at noon Central Time. It's pretty great.
That is the day after tomorrow, people.
It's the day after tomorrow?
Today's the 18th, right? January 20th.
What is the 20th? Friday? 18, 19, 20. Yes, Friday at noon Central. Jay Shane, if y'all did not know, a good friend of mine. And he came up with this Energized Reds formula. And it is real food, real energy, real recovery, real gains. And Jay Shane does not know how to spell performance gains. We had him on the podcast and he explained this, but it is PERFORMNCEGAINZ is the brand. That's how it's spelled on social media. But it is 14 calories per serving size being 1 scoop, 0 grams of fats, total carbohydrates 3 grams. It's got some sodium, 500 milligrams of that. We got some beetroot powder, we got beet extract, we got matcha, we got chlorella powder, we got blueberry powder, we got vita cherry, we got goji berry, aronia fruit extract, sweetened with stevia, and it's good stuff. He gave me some of
Is there
this.
caffeine in it?
No caffeine. It's
So,
clean energy.
What would be your suggestion
Use
if
case?
someone is not pregnant, breastfeeding? Is it safe?
Energized Reds is a blend of fruit superfoods, electrolytes, and matcha tea to provide clean, steady, and long-lasting energy that bolsters recovery and takes your performance to the next level. Look at Jay Shane using
I
those
don't
words.
like a lot of powders, and I will say I do enjoy this powder. It is pretty good.
You feel clean drinking this stuff. It tastes healthy. That could be such a thing. It tastes healthy.
Thanks, dog, he said.
But I'm excited for Jay Shane. So definitely give that a shot if you want some
I
of
also
that.
know that you're probably supposed to say you're supposed to ask your health care provider. But if it were Ashley, would you let her take it when she's breastfeeding?
Do you plan on including more BLW videos? What does BLW stand for?
People can't do those with us. We don't know what those are. We're not cool enough for that.
Yeah, we don't know our acronyms. What is BLW? Is that like we can guess body
No.
low weight? No, that wouldn't make sense. Big lovely women? No, probably not that one. What does BLW stand for? Baby-led weaning.
Oh my gosh, man, we were not on that same page.
Big lovely women. Baby-led weaning.
Maybe we will. I mean, honestly, we've just done what our hearts feel is right, and I think that's what a lot of people have said to us, because I am a freaking nervous wreck when it comes to children eating things, because I am so afraid of choking. I did do some purees when he was about 6 months old, and 7 months old. I've actually began to give him like just ground beef and eggs, just mixed pretty good. Things like that. You ready to take a turn?
Yeah, you want to read Jay Shane's comment?
I just want to finish this one real quick. So I can definitely do more of that, or maybe like a full day of eating for Rigel or something like that, or maybe like what I'm meal prepping for him for the week. But I would say I'm probably not the best person to talk to you about it, because I'm kind of a freak when it comes to being nervous about babies choking. So yes, but I will share what he's eating for sure, and it is real food. I'm not doing any like cereals or anything like that, so that's that. Okay, Jonathan. Oh, okay. Jonathan says, so it has 35 milligrams of caffeine from the match, but
Matcha.
Oh, I was like, what is match? From the matcha, but matcha is fine for breastfeeding. It's totally fine, although on the label it says to be wary the FDA, LOL. And he said he would 100% let his wife take it, or suggest his wife take it during breastfeeding, not pregnancy. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a whole nother level right
What
there.
about Rigel? Would you let Rigel just take it
Just
straight
like
up? Just
dry
like
scoop it.
Dry scoop it.
Are y'all both drinking it? Crystal, would you like a bottle? I have not drank it because I'm pretty careful about what I drink when I'm breastfeeding. I don't do like the alcohol, I don't do the caffeine, I don't do the things. Because although they say it's safe, I don't do it. But I'm thinking I might do like a half a scoop. Like if there's 35 milligrams of caffeine,
You're
might
probably
do
getting
like,
that in a decaf coffee.
right. No, it's 2 grams,
Close enough.
but 235, not the same. But I might do like a half a scoop for sure, and I can share it. I don't need that. Let me buy some from you. Let me
Yeah.
support you. You've supported us so much. But this is actually something I would trust because it's our friend. So, and I know that our friends don't put junk in their stuff. All right, Nisha has a video on baby-led weaning. Yes, Nisha's a great person to do it. She's not, I don't think she's afraid of babies choking. I don't know how she does it. I don't know. I'm not that person, probably never will be, and I'm okay with that. I had to like be allowed to be okay with it. But I think real food is the main thing. And your baby's primary source of
Your
food,
turn.
that was quick. Your baby's primary source of food until they're 1 is breast milk. If you're breastfeeding, I should say. So I don't really worry too much about the food because I know he's getting a lot of nutrients from my milk. And then whatever food we have is excellent. It's good for his jaw structure to chew. It's like, he also has chewy toys and things like that he likes to chew on. So, but yeah, Nisha's a great person to follow and a great option for also baby-led weaning because she's now doing it with 2 babies. Well, she did it with Beckett and now she's doing it with another. Woo, it's hot in here.
Haley drinks it instead of juices a lot.
Oh, that's
Is
cute.
that how you spell Haley? I mean, you would know. You named her.
Yeah.
But that's how you spell Haley.
There's like several different ways. I think my cousin spells it differently than you do.
I think Ellen gave you an extra sticker for Haley, and I think she spelled it differently.
I think she used to put 2 Y's in there.
I think she did too.
That's okay.
It's a thought that
Jonathan
counts.
knew.
It's a thought that
Jonathan knew
counts.
what we were talking about.
All right. Any other questions, y'all? We're 27 minutes in, so we're probably gonna have to wrap it up here. Anyways, we have a topic for next week, right?
Yes, LOL. No typo.
typo.
No typo on his own daughter's name.
Nice. All right. We do have a topic for next week. What are we talking about next week?
It's on my phone, which we are using.
We do have a topic for next
Oh,
week.
it was like training splits.
Training splits. Next week, we're going to be talking about training splits. But as is true with all of these Q&As, let us know what you think. If you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to.
And come next week with a bunch of questions for the following weeks because after next week, we will be out of topics that you guys suggested. So
Yes.
come with topics.
All right, y'all. Much love to you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Rigel says hi and bye, and we think the world of y'all. So until next time, thank all y'all for getting Milk and Cookies bricks. We still have
Yes,
some on the
there's still
site.
some on the site.
You are all super awesome. We could not do it without you. And we'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Toodaloo. Ta-ta for now.